Hey everyone, welcome back to the channel. Today we're diving into some pretty big news from Mozilla Firefox. If you're a Firefox user like me, even if you're just someone who cares about online privacy, this is something you want to know about. Mozilla has updated its terms of use and privacy notice. It's causing quite some controversy. So let's break it down. What's changed, why it matters, what your options are if you're not okay with these changes. Stick around because this could affect how you browse the web. Alright, so let's start with the basics. Mozilla has updated its terms of use and privacy notice. Now, I know terms of service updates don't exactly sound exciting, but this one's important. Here's the gist. When you use Firefox and upload or input information like browsing data or unique identifiers, Mozilla has a license to use that data. They say it's to improve your experience and help the browser interact better with online content, but here's where it gets interesting. They're also collecting this data to promote services and comply with laws. Now, Mozilla isn't outright saying they're using this data for targeted ads, but the way it's worded makes it clear that the data could be used for things like personalized or sponsored content. And all they've verified, but they don't sell user data in the traditional sense. They do share aggregated or anonymized data with partners. So it's not a direct sale, but it's still a way for them to make money off the data they collect from you. This is a big shift for Mozilla, which has always positioned itself as the privacy-friendly browser. So why are they doing this? Well, that brings us to the next part of the video. So why is Mozilla making these changes? There's a lot of speculation, but one of the biggest theories has to do with their funding. For years, Mozilla's main source of income has been a deal with Google. Basically, Google pays Mozilla to be the default search engine in Firefox. It's a huge deal, literally, and it's kept Mozilla afloat for a very long time. But here's the problem. Google is currently facing antitrust lawsuits, and that could threaten their ability to maintain partnerships like the one with Mozilla. If that funding dries up, Mozilla would need to find other ways to make money. Now, Mozilla hasn't directly linked these changes to their Google deal, but it's clear they're trying to diversify their revenue streams. Collecting more data could help them build an advertising model or share anonymized data with partners to keep Firefox commercially viable. That said, Mozilla has emphasized that these updates are mostly about transparency and formalizing their relationship with users, but for a lot of people, it still feels like a shift away from their privacy-first reputation. Now let's talk about the backlash. A lot of users are not happy about this. The main issue is that there's no opt-out option for the basic data collection. Sure, you can tweak some settings, but the core data collection is still mandatory. For a browser that's been known for its commitment to privacy, this feels like a step backward. And honestly, it's not surprising that people are worried about how their data might be used or misused down the line. Some users have even started looking for alternatives, which brings us to the next part of the video. Alright, so if you're not okay with these changes, what are your options? Well, there are a few Firefox folks that focus heavily on privacy, so let's go through them. The first one is called Zen Browser, which is a new browser and that's a Firefox fork. That's all about privacy and customizability. Comes with tracking protection, HTTPS only mode, and strict SSL standards. It also has some cool features like vertical tabs and workspaces, something you might be familiar with if you've used Arc browser before. But, and this is a very big but, some users have pointed out that it still connects to Google and Mozilla services by default, which kinda undermines its privacy claims. The second one I would recommend is called LibreWolf or LibreWolf, I don't know how you pronounce it. This one's a favorite for privacy enthusiasts because it strips out all the telemetry and data collection stuff from Firefox, so you get a much more private browsing experience. It's lightweight, blocks trackers, and keeps you anonymous. The catch? Well, it still relies on Mozilla's underlying technology, so if Mozilla's funding or support changes, it could indirectly affect LibreWolf too. The third one is called Ladybird. Now this one's interesting. It's not a Firefox fork. Ladybird is actually a new browser with its own browser engine developed by the team behind Serenity OS. It's still in the early stages, so it's not ready for everyday use, but the goal is to create a completely independent browser that doesn't rely on existing engines like Chromium or Gecko, which Firefox uses. It's a long-term project, but it's definitely one to watch if you're interested in privacy and open source innovation. So what does this all mean? Well, Mozilla's changes are definitely a big deal, especially for a browser that's built its reputation on privacy. Whether you stick with Firefox or switch to an alternative, it's worth taking a closer look at your browser set, understanding how your data is being used. And hey, if you're someone who's really serious about privacy, it might be time to explore some of those Firefox alternatives we've talked about. Just keep in mind that no browser is perfect, and it's always a trade-off between convenience and privacy. Or you can just use Chrome to browse the web because one is a UI anyways. Alright, that's it for this video. Let me know in the comments what you think about Mozilla's changes. Are you sticking with Firefox or are you jumping the ship? And if you found this helpful, don't forget to like and subscribe. Thanks for watching and I'll see you in the next one. Peace out.